Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to Beyond Injury Time. We are the five football fanatics. We'll discuss today about our latest transfer of Rasmus Højlund that has gone to Manchester United in a huge.
Did you say
bid.
Haaland by any chance?
Yeah, I am actually coming to that. So apart from the name, what you guys think are similarities between these two players?
There's a lot of similarities. Both of them like tall, strong lads, left-footed, and they go full-hearted, and they bang the ball in the top corner. That is the similarities we are talking about. There are differences also. I think Højlund can head the ball better than Haaland.
Oh,
we have to see that now. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I heard something correct, completely different. His heading capability is not as good as a 6'3" tall man should have.
Dude, this is so interesting.
Sorry,
I love it.
I guess it's 6'1".
6'1", okay.
6'1",
Nobody gasses up signing.
I was going to say that.
Man.
See, I love
This
every
guy
time United
literally-
is.
Everyone
The way
says
he
that
said it-
about each other, man.
The way he said it, it sounded like that guy's better than Haaland, man. He's like,
Dude, I'm telling
Højlund का
you.
ये better है.
See, everybody loves their signing. United, whenever I wait for United signings, because then I can see United fans basically piping up their transfers like anything.
I hope this piping does not get into disappointment pretty soon. So he just has one season in top flight, and he even just scored 9 goals in all competitions, right, for Atlanta, which is by every means a pressing team, possession, who plays with high possession and who is the third highest goal scorer of Serie A last season, right? So still spending 75 plus 10 odd millions on this guy, do you think is justified?
Yeah, I mean, look, we all know there has been a dire of number 9s in the market. So the price I can understand a little bit. Even for a 20-year-old, I feel price is hefty. But if you look at the context and the market and the inflation, I feel is one kind of a profile which is very rare, and hence the price tag. The second important point is that his rise to the top has been, meteoric, because he only spent a season at Sturm Graz and then he moved to Atalanta. And we all know Atlanta don't pick players just for fun. They have a pretty good scouting behind them that do their due diligence of picking the right players. And Højlund, most importantly, was also chased very badly by PSG, and we have Luis Enrique there, right? And so the profile that he was looking for, the profile that we were after, the good thing that worked in our favor is that Erik ten Hag wanted him, and the player is a ManUnited fan. So obviously it was a match made in heaven, and that's why the deal got done. And I like the price. That's not a problem.
And he's also signing for the future. Look at his age. He's 20 years old. I mean, you can say that he has only scored 8 or 9 goals last season. So we were not expecting someone to score, 20, 25 odd goals in other league and then just buy him and fit him in the team. We were looking for a youngster as well. So he's for the future. We can go on. We can start the new journey with him. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to come in and say, for the future and 9 goals, it does seem a little expensive. I do understand he has a good profile in terms of he's tall, he can strike the ball, he can run, and 9 goals, he can really run for that height, right? But then you look at the other options that are there as well, right? The Kolomuani is right. He's also a tall guy. He's super fast. Then you have this guy from Brighton, Ivan Ferguson, right? So my only like when I look at him, I think he'll do well and whatnot. But my only gripe is the price is too high for someone who's just put 9 goals. Yeah.
And only one season in top flight, right?
Yeah,
I also heard that they have gone for Kolomuani earlier and said that the price is quite high for that guy and we want a cheaper option. Hence, we have bid 50 million for Højlund. But seems like you can say it as a Manchester United tax.
No,
or something,
I mean,
but,
no, actually, if I speak honestly, let's be honest. United wanted Kane. There's no two ways about it. I mean, in the last game that we played against Spurs, right? Our fans were chanting, "You are coming to us. You are coming to us." So I mean, when he was asked about those chants, he didn't. He didn't exit. He didn't
Didn't
exactly
deny it.
deny it. He
Deny
didn't
or
deny
didn't
it.
accept either.
Yeah, yeah. He didn't deny all those. He didn't rubbish all those chants, of course. But yeah, United's primary target was Harry Kane, since we knew that it was difficult, negotiating with Levy, and it would take the entire transfer window to get the deal done. Basically, we learned from our past mistakes is to not spend so much time on a player. Now, Randall Kolo Muani was a backup to Højlund. Højlund was our immediate next target, actually, not Muani. And even there is another striker, which is Goncalo Ramos. He was also in the frame, but we dropped their ETS dropped interest once once he profiled Højlund basically, and he immediately wanted him at any cost. Obviously, United tax and all that you can say, but yeah, 10-20 million, maybe a tad over what we should have paid. Yeah.
Also, another question that is going in my mind when you say striker, it's basically based upon the fact that he strikes the ball really well,
Yeah.
right? And as Manish was saying that Højlund and Haaland are similar, except Højlund heads better. I have a question in shooting, right? Do you think he has good finishing, or it can be improved massively? And secondly, do you people believe that, as in when I see a striker, I think about the Agueros, I think about the Harry Kanes, the people who can strike the ball really, really well, right? I think his not his compatriot, but someone like Vlahovic also, in spite of whatever he does, he strikes the ball really, really well.
Very good question there, Abhay. I would like to give you one context from United's last season. Everyone, it's not a secret that United really struggled last season when it comes to scoring goals. We didn't finish our chances, and we've been struggling since a long time because the only lone striker we've had is Anthony Martial last season, and he's only played 25% of our games, and that includes coming off the bench and all that. So our problem has always been scoring goals. It was not a problem of creating chances. Now, what happens is a proper traditional number 9 always has very good movement inside the box, and he always attacks the far post whenever a ball is played. Tap in situations inside the box, and none of Rashford or Bruno, they attack the post. Now with Højlund, what we get is a person who actually attacks the post. He has had a lot of tap-in goals. I mean, the chances would go begging actually, but Højlund would finish
last
them.
proper number 9 we had was Cavani. So after
Cavani,
that,
yes.
this is the person
So
who can we can look for goals.
Yeah, I would like to add on, or actually post a question on the point that you guys have said. This is one for the future, right?
Yeah.
But also, as we mentioned, right, in the top 6 of last season, United has the least number of goals, and ETH
Yes.
has been pretty vocal about it. He wants a striker that gets the ground running as he comes in the team, right? And then getting a 20-year-old striker who just has one season on top flight, not many goals as well. What do you think that, as ETH has said, they want a striker for now, they got a striker for the future?
Manish, would you
Yeah,
like to answer that?
if we wanted a striker for now, it would have been Harry Kane, and we couldn't get him. So the next best thing we can do is get this guy, 20-year-old guy, and
See,
then
such a
price
simple
him.
answer, Amit. But yeah, I mean, I would also
No, there
agree
are
with
not
that
many
point.
strikers in the
There are
market.
not many strikers, 100%.
Like who are the finished products. And as Abhay was saying, like the shooting abilities and all that, you have to consider the height factor as well. So for his height, he's a very good shooter, and his link up play is also good, considering
Yes.
his height. So you cannot compare him with Aguero. Aguero is a low center of gravity player, short guy. He can twist and turn very easily. But for the height that this guy has, he's a very good player and he will adapt to the Premier League. He will also evolve. Yes, he
No,
has to
Højlund,
improve a bit. That is the point which you were also trying to make. Yes, he
yeah,
will adapt. He has to adapt because this is a Premier League. But
yeah,
for the height he has, all his attributes are really good. And he also has a very good, intelligent footballing brain. He doesn't only score goals, he also gives and good passes. And he gets onto the spaces at the right point, just like how Cavani used to do. So
yeah,
this is also a good aspect because this has been missing in the United team
yeah.
because Anthony Martial is most of the time injured, and whoever plays there as the striker position is not a out and out striker. It's
Yeah.
most of the time the wide player playing false nine or the wide player playing striker. It's mostly Rashford who goes on as a striker's role, or we had Wout Weghorst.
I wanted to add further on that point. The reason why we did not go for Harry Kane, we were not hellbent on Harry Kane or did not waste time, is that because ETH had already made up his mind that I need to have Rashford as a forward, and this preseason, all the preseason games, he's had Sancho play number 9. He's going to have to play Rashford or Sancho as number 9 if Højlund doesn't develop properly or is struggling to adapt to the rigors of the Premier League. So that plan is already in place. So ETH, I feel, is not trying to overburden Højlund because of the price tag, because of the what do you call it? Because of the demands that come with the United shirt when you are expected to score goals. He wants to take the limelight away from him. I guess he has the perfect conditions at United now to perform because he's just 20 and he's only going to improve. He's not going to degrade. Yeah.
But I believe
The,
Rashford
uh,
is
You
very
know, I've been
comfortable.
listening.
Yeah, go
I've
ahead.
been listening to you guys for quite a lot of time.
How are you
I'm
enjoying
just
it? How are you enjoying it?
yeah, yeah. I'm enjoying it very much, and
Darwin Nunes.
I really like that guy is going to explode by the way this year. But yeah. Anyway, I've been listening to you guys, and I like your enthusiasm and all that. But I feel like that I see where you guys are coming from, and I see probably what the plan is. But it feels a little bit of contradicting in a sense that United, as you said, needed a striker now. Okay, what Højlund sounds like is an understudy. Okay, fantastic potential, hasn't proved himself for now on a top flight. See, 8 goals, no matter how good he is, he's still not converted. Okay, so he's there, high potential, gets into right places and all that. It's a different league, some things look better than what they are. But still, I'd say high potential person. What I feel like is that you bring on that kind of guy under a guy who's already doing the job for you. And what United needed at this point probably was an on-and-on striker who's going to score the goals for them this season. You'll develop him for sure. But I feel like that this season you're going to fall short in that. The thing that you're missing basically is the guy who scores the goal. I feel like you're still going to fall a little bit short on that. And
I feel
this
nothing
feels a
is
little bit
better than
incomplete.
anything. That is the scenario. And I want to cross
No,
question
no, but
here to
you had 75 million to spare. Okay, he's not cheap. You have brought a guy. When you spend that kind of money, right? You're bringing a guy who's going to start. Okay, now you can tell me Nunez. Okay, but that guy scored like 20 plus goals before coming to us. So he was proven already. He did not perform as well, but our team went to shit last year.
no.
But for
What I
you,
will tell you is that I believe, at least for United, I'm speaking for United, is that ETH is focused on profile here in this case. Now, what happens is when he's constructing a team, right? He's going to focus on profile. That do I have that kind of a profile to further my philosophy or idea of football? And does Højlund, the next question that comes to his mind is Højlund the right kind of profile that is going to fit into his team, no matter the money? Now, he must be asking himself that question right there, that does that profile is accomplished by any other top number 9 or forward across Europe? He must have asked himself that question. I'll tell you a very important point here. It is a blessing in disguise. I know it may be an unpopular opinion here, at least in this forum and outside it, that it is a blessing in disguise that we did not get Kane. Kane is the kind of player who actually has lost a lot of pace, who has actually, his game in the last 2 years, I guess Amit will, can add to that point even more, is that he has been dropping a lot deeper. His goal scoring ability is well documented, but I still feel that Højlund is the kind of profile that suits ETH more than Kane. That is my.
I do not disagree.
think
I do
of,
agree on that. What I'm saying is that he's he's probably just my perspective. I'm happy for you guys, right? But I don't.
You're happy for us?
I'm happy
You
for
you
that.
want you
I'm
may want to
happy that
correct
you are
that
happy.
statement.
See, I'm happy for you from in a perspective that you are happy. See, I'm going to love if he falls down. But
Must
anyway.
No, but
Let's
I would like to
focus
say something. Firstly, I do not think United is the right environment for any young budding striker currently. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Secondly, when it comes to Harry Kane, right? No matter what's happened, whatever has happened, Harry Kane is equal to goals. It is what it is. Thirdly, I would also like to add, from what I understand, right? I may or may not like the guy or whatever. What I understand is he makes great runs and he has great positioning, from what I understand. So now that I think about it, now I think I can see the plan wherein from the right half space, Bruno just spamming balls and him hitting those headers.
That's what I have been visualizing as well.
Yeah.
He has to be really as good in headers as Manish think he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, headers are kind of
He's
his
actually
weakness.
good. Yeah, you'll
I think
see it. Yeah, you'll get to see it.
Let's go ahead. I completely. I think United need a striker right now. As last season, the thing that is not there in their team right now is that conversion, right? And Rashford, Sancho, whatever you say, they were in the team last year as well. They will be there in this year as well. What you have added is Højlund. Right?
Yes.
If he works, he works. If he does not work, then you're again at the same point where it was the last.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. Do you still believe? There's a very small question. I would want a very straightforward answer. Do you still believe United will get Harry Kane next year on a free transfer, and maybe have Højlund understudy him and become a better striker?
No, that may have been the plan, but that's not going to happen.
Okay.
I want Ayer to answer it actually.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ayer.
No. I don't think Harry Kane would be coming to United now. He's going to Bayern.
I think Mbappe would be the right person. So let's move on to the final question of this transfer saga. What do you believe would be a successful season for Rasmus Højlund?
It would be around 10 to 15 goals this season. I think it will be a good success for him.
For a 75 million guy.
Playing down the pressure, man. Playing down the pressure.
See, he's a 20-year-old guy, and he's not like he has not been scoring loads of goals that we can expect loads of goals from him.
No, Manish, but who will score then if he won't?
Why do you buy it?
No, there are a lot of other players who can score around him.
Jogekar has been. I would like to point one thing. Jogekar has been constantly asking. He haven't addressed the striker thing even after buying Højlund. How will you
feel,
score?
by the way,
what I wanted to say is that last season Rashford scored 30 goals, right? It's not like, and Bruno is a proper goal scorer. The problem has always been that who is that guy who is going to run that channels, who is going to attack the post? Okay, heading ability, I personally think that he's not that good in heading ability. But, I guess we have McCarthy. What is that guy's name, man? Our striker coach.
Benny McCarthy.
Benny McCarthy, yes. Benny McCarthy has improved Rashford in his heading from last season. So I believe with the kind of tall and physical bulked up body that Højlund already is, he's going to improve. And I'm pretty much almost sure of that. So he may not come good this season, but a 10 or 15 goal season, and it's a success for me to answer Amit's question. And to put things into perspective, the matter has always been that to get the right profile, and we've got the profile, or else I'm pretty sure if you would have not got him this season, that guy was going to some big team next season, for sure.
So 10 to 15 goals in a Premier League is really good.
Not in Premier League. I was actually saying
In all
throughout the
competitions.
season. 10-15 is
Tara
a
Bowens
brilliant
कब पे वो
season.
6 मार लेगा भाई. Tara Bowens में वो 5-6 मार लेगा चैंपियनशिप. उससे भी नीचे की टीम्स आती.
Hey, I was talking about Premier League. Premier League में 10 goals मारना is a
Okay.
good success
हाँ,
for him.
Premier
Yeah.
League में
अबे-
10 is fine.
Abhay Maheshwari, what do you feel?
But my only thinking is 10 और 15 में बहुत फर्क है पहली बात. ठीक है.
Okay.
But that comes to my mind, and I genuinely believe कि even if he's giving assists to Rashford and all, it's a success, because Rashford is the one who's going to make the runs. But at the end of the day, if you spend that much on him, I expect him to get around 20 goals and assists पूरे season में, है ना? Which is very doable because that's what Nicholas Pepe got, and he was considered a flop. तो मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि इतना पैसा डाला है तो इतना तो आना चाहिए.
नहीं, he is a bona fide flop. Your Nicolas Pepe, उसके बारे में बाद में बात करेंगे. But आर्सेनल के अगेंस्ट हैट्रिक मारते हैं, वो सक्सेसफुल सीजन रहेगा. कोई टेंशन नहीं. Yeah.
Right.
हाँ,